Rating somebody's livelihood. Recently, I bought a little adapter on Amazon. It's for a battery, and it's supposed to have multiple ports where you could plug in and power stuff. And I actually used one of the round ports. Most people probably just use the USB output. That's the most common. But for me, and for a project, I needed to use the round port, and somehow it didn't work very well. And I thought it was strange, so I contacted a seller who responded very quickly. It's actually quite complicated finding out how to contact people on Amazon. They don't like you to be able to message people, I guess, but there's ways of doing it. And we talked it over, and then he was saying, what exactly is the issue? Is it sure it's not your issue? I was like, yeah, it's not. The battery's fine. If I plug it in directly to the battery, it works. But I want to use the adapter for other reasons. And he said, well, what about this? I refund you one of the two because I bought two of them. So I wasn't really clear because if it was defective, then I just want to return all of them, right? So I waited till I got the authentic thing, not the knockoff adapter. Now there's a huge price difference, 15 bucks versus 60 bucks. So yeah, there's a reason I bought the cheaper adapter, and using the regular adapter, the real name brand adapter, it worked fine. So there's something wrong with this product. And after I contacted the seller with that information, I thought I'd just give him a FYI. He was very apologetic, apologized for all of my inconvenience, apologized for my time wasted, said, let me just refund you the money, you don't need to worry about returning it, etc. But I already requested a return from Amazon, so I just shipped it back. But the thing is, I was surprised how apologetic, how nice the seller was. Why? Because my review matters. You know, I was thinking about it recently when my friend was telling me about the story of the Chinese countryside. See, she works in the accounting department. She's been on audits. They have contracts from the government. And sometimes they go to these little villages, and she thought she's the boss. She's representing the government. So the villagers, the government officials there are very respectful and very nice to her. And so one time they were calling pig farmers. They were verifying that they actually got the money. So the central government in China had given money to the pig farmers, 100 yuan for every sow they had, because they wanted to have more pigs. And they were checking to make sure that the local government officials had passed on that money, because it all funnels through them. And so yes, they said yes. And then finally she got one guy who said no. And immediately the local officials grabbed that phone away from them and spoke to them in the local dialect. And lo and behold, right after she gets a phone call back from that person saying, oh, I apologize, I misunderstood. Yes, I did get the money. You know there's something fishy, right? So she didn't change anything though, and the local officials saw that. Oh, she still has a no mark there. And they try to offer her this or that to try to get her to change. Would you like some cigarettes, some wine? But her boss, somebody who had more experience, immediately grabs her sheet over and just changes it right in there. And her boss tells her later, look, even though it seems like we're powerful and they're kowtowing to us, if we don't do what they want, we're not going to make it out of here alive. And that's unfortunately the situation in the countryside. And the corruption carries through because the auditors lie as well. And I thought, am I doing the same? I mean, in a sense, this is important because this guy's livelihood, he's making money off selling these knockoff adapters. What should I do? Should I write a bad review? I ended up doing nothing. I've never written any Amazon reviews and I wasn't about to start. So, and I justified it by saying, look, you know, there's good reviews there. People who use USB ports, they're fine. They can use the adapter, save 40 bucks. Why not, right? He's useful to somebody. And that's how I justified it. But it's really interesting thinking about how you, as an Amazon buyer, as any purchaser, leaving reviews, you really do review people's livelihood.